So now that we have completed the Fire Temple, there's several new passenger quests we can do. In Goron Village, there's a dude right near the beginning who wants to see snow for the first time. Kind of ironic, because Goron Village is actually pretty close to the Snow Realm, so he could have just, gone down the hill a little bit and seen it, but whatever. Agree to take him, and then set course for Anuki Village. This Force Gem creates a shortcut somewhat near the middle of the Snow Realm, and we probably won't use that as an actual shortcut. However, there are some rabbits there, as well as a gate on those tracks, so that's pretty cool, and I will be swinging through there later on in this video. The Goron trudges off to meet with Honcho in his house to the far north. At this point, you should follow him for some humorous conversation, as well as our next passenger quest. This Force Gem creates a shortcut to the northwest corner of the Fire Realm, but it will be useful here in a moment. Now we have one more task here in Goron Village, so don't leave just yet. Go to the Elder's house in the top left corner of the village, and you'll find his son, the little guy who has dreams of going to Hyrule Castle and meeting Princess Zelda. Somehow I have a feeling that won't work out so well. The fastest way to get there is probably by going through the Tower of Spirits. Along the way, though, now that we have these new tracks here, you can acquire a rabbit at the corner. At this point, be sure to continually follow the little Goron. You have to speak with him repeatedly to make this quest move forward, otherwise you will not get the Force Gem. this Force Gem unlocks some tracks in the northern corner of the Fire Realm, granting us access to Disorientation Station, which is our next destination, and I can't think of another word that rhymes with that, but along the way we can activate a gate that we uncovered earlier, so once you're done here, set course for the Snow Realm.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting wabbits. Ha
Activate the gate here before you leave. It leads to the far bottom right corner of the Fire Realm. Just be sure to mark both locations on your map real quick before you forget, then set course for Disorientation Station in the top left corner of the Fire Realm. We could take the gate there to get there if you wish, but it's probably faster to just go there directly. So one thing I haven't shown thus far in this walkthrough, because I keep forgetting, is that you can use the whirlwind to blow these patches of leaves on the ground. They often have treasure underneath them, and there's a ton of them in Whittleton/Mayscore, which is a great place to walk back and forth and gather common treasures, which is super sweet early on in the game to make a bunch of money. Now here I'm doing it just because we're running through anyway, and might as well. I'm also using it to blow around rocks, which is kind of ironic considering how heavy they are, although maybe that's not ironic at all because we can pick them up. Now on the left side of the map there is a bird patrolling back and forth. Want to play the Song of Birds to make it swing low, then use your whip to reach the platform here where you'll find a chest containing an uncommon treasure. After that, you may need to play the Song of Birds again, then work your way over to the platform on the far right. Once you arrive, whip across the log here and then follow the obvious path to work your way to the soldier in the top left corner of the map. So this maze is what gives the station its name. You can keep walking in one direction and you'll eventually appear back where you started, so it is kind of confusing. The rooms repeat, and there is a definite pattern, though. You can take notes, but I have taken the liberty to create a nice map that shows what the maze looks like. If you go right one screen from where you start, you will find the grave of the soldier's friend that he was mentioning a moment ago. Well, that's kind of depressing. He was just one screen away from escaping the place. All he had to do was go left, and he would be out, but he just kind of gave up here and died. I do kind of find it strange, though, that he made his own tombstone. I mean, did he just so happen to have a stone slab, a hammer, and a chisel with him? Couldn't have just written a simple note on paper or something, I suppose, but I also don't see a body anywhere, which is also ominous, unless he somehow managed to bury himself. But then again, he is in a pit full of monsters, so is it really that surprising that we don't see any remains? Probably find a spinet or a fire baba with a bone in its mouth. But when you're done inspecting that, you can go north of the screen to get to our destination. I'm actually going to take a detour to explain the puzzle. The clue was to find the room that has no south, and the area they're referring to is right here. However, I do think this is kind of misleading, because if you go right a screen, this area also doesn't let you go south either. So I just wanted to point that out. I think that's very misleading. Anyway, the clue told you to find the room that has no south and then go north twice. In other words, you want to go to the top right corner of the map, which is simply one right and one up from the entrance, or one up from wherever the tombstone is once you find that. So there are 2 fire babas here, which you may want to defeat before you continue. So once they're taken care of, you want to stand next to the mark on the ground in the top right corner and play the Song of Discovery to make a chest appear containing an alchemy stone. This is the 3rd one found in chests in the entire game. After this, you can only get more by doing really good at minigames or being very lucky with prize postcards. When you're done playing around here, you want to return to the entrance and inform the soldier of his friend's sad fate. Well, that sure worked out in our favor now, didn't it? Not only did we walk out with a treasure, but we got a wad of rupees to go along with it. That's right, a wad of rupees. Pretty good to be the hero, you know. With that, it's time to head back to our train. Now, I do have one more chest to get here that I didn't snag just yet, so I'm actually going to circle around and open it along the way. So that concludes this video, folks, so join me for the next one where I will, well, you know, be awesome.
Wait.